Hey guys, I'm Joel from Artolution, and today we are going to be giving another Artolution tutorial all about stop motion animation. Now, stop motion for me is something super exciting. I hope you enjoy it as well. And if you are an art teacher or someone who leads workshops with youth, I think you'll find that it really gets the kids engaged and excited. First of all, what is stop motion? Stop motion animation is the art of taking hundreds of little photos, each one a little bit different, and in the end you replay it and you create the illusion that things are moving. For example, if you have a little toy, this is my daughter's little character here, if you, each photo you move her a little bit, at the end it will appear that she is moving across the screen. A lot of people love to do this with clay. You can make little clay characters, little clay worlds. You can use Play-Doh, like this little fish here. If you do not have clay or Play-Doh, you can actually make it at home pretty easily using flour, salt, and some warm water. And you just squish it up and you'll create some dough that you can make characters with. To add color, you can mix in some paint, water-based paints or acrylic paint, and you can also use food coloring if you have that, to add that color in there. So today we are going to go over just some of the basics, an introduction for beginners in something called Stop Motion Studio. Now this is an app that's available on Android, on iPhone, on any kind of tablet. It's pretty versatile and it's a really great, strong program. Without further ado, here it is, Stop Motion Studio. All right, everyone. So here we go. To start out, you're going to start a new movie, which is right here. All right. And you will be able to see your video camera. So the first thing we're going to want to do is there's something called frames per second. So if you go down to the settings right here, you're going to click on the settings. And as you'll see, there are lots of numbers here. So frames per second, that means how many photos will it take to fill up 1 second. So the higher it is, the smoother the animation will be. However, of course, the higher it is, the more photos you'll have to take for the same amount of time, which means it's also more work. So I recommend that to start out, between 10 and 12 frames per second is best. Now, if you really get to a level where you want it to look super professional, you might want to go up to 20 or 25. But for most people, especially as you begin, 10 to 12 is sufficient. So right now, you see you can change it here. I'm going to leave it at 12. And I'm going to say done. All right. Now, another thing is the lighting. So I'm going to put one of my little characters here, my little rock man here. He's going to go, and I see him in front of the screen. And let's say I want to adjust my lighting. All right, so that would be this icon right here. All right, so we're going to click that. And you're going to be able to lighten it. Whoa, that's too much. Or you can darken it. That's too much as well. Let's find that happy middle ground there to make the screen look really nice. All right. Okay. Also, we have here the zoom. All right, that's this one right here. All right, so zoom means how much do you want to zoom in? This is as far back as we can get. But you can zoom into your character if you want to. All right. Now, I definitely recommend at this point making sure that your device, if you're using your phone or whatever you're using to take these photos, you want it to be stable. In general, you do not want to move your camera, right? Now, later on when you get more advanced, you might want to move your camera a little bit. But when you're moving it, it would have to be really smooth and really slow. And so at this point, as you begin, if you're a beginner, I recommend just having it in a very stable place where it's not going to move at all. So now we can begin. It's pretty simple. Let's get to this button here is the one that's going to take all of your pictures. All right, so let's take a picture. All right, there we go. Now you see down here at the bottom, this was your first frame. And now we're on frame number 2. So I'm gonna move my character just the slightest little bit there. All right. And then I can take another picture. Now, one thing that you'll see, if you look at this part right here, what is this? That is very important. Now you see, once you move your character over a little bit, if this little circle is all the way up to the top, then you're only seeing what's right in front of your screen. However, if you move it down a bit, what are you seeing? You're now seeing the last frame and the current frame at the same time. In animation, this is what we call the onion skin. So that means I can see my last frame and I can see my current frame at the same time. And that helps me because now I know if I move it over too much, I'm like, oh, that's probably too far. I can see it in relation to that last one. So if I only want to move it a little bit, I can put it right there. Then I can take my next picture. All right, now you see if I move it again, I will see. All right, so that's the onion skin. So it depends what you want. You can put it higher up where you're seeing only the current frame. You can move it down until you're seeing mostly the onion skin, the last frame. You can have it somewhere in the middle, okay? Even if you want to, with this number right here, you could even decide that you want to see more than just the last frame. You might want to see, if you touch that, you're seeing the last 3 frames. Or if you touch it again, I'm seeing the last 5 frames. Okay, so I generally just do the last 1 frame. So that means I'm just seeing the last frame and the new frame. Okay, so to remind you, that is called the onion skin, something very important in any type of animation where you can see your last frame and your new frame. All right, so look at the bottom here. We're taking some pictures. We have some right here, okay? And we can keep going. But if all you're doing is just moving your character across the screen, there is an easier way to do it. You don't have to actually press this button every single time. What you can do is there is a timer right here, okay? So if I touch that timer, this is how often I want my pictures to be taken. So let's say I decide every 3 seconds, I've just put it on 3, every 3 seconds I want it to take a picture. So that will make my life easier. Here we go. Let's do it. Now it's going to take a picture. All right, now I move it a little bit. All right, I just pressed it again to stop it. All right, now, guys, look what happened. Oh no, on one of them, if I touch, you can go back to any of the past frames that you had here. And let's say I go to this one. Look what I did. I accidentally got my finger in the picture. Oh no, I messed up. Don't worry, this is not a problem because it's very easy when you touch on any of the last frames that you had. As you can see right here, you can delete it. So don't worry, you can delete that one. All right, now it's gone. Now, at any point, I can see what I have done so far by simply hitting the play button right here, and I will see my little rock guy moving across the screen. Here we go. All right, that is what I've done so far. So let's keep going, and maybe I will introduce my green fish character. All right, so I'm going to keep the timer going here. All right, I'm going to stop it for a second. Uh-oh, the fish is coming to eat the little rock man, so he's probably very upset and very scared. So I'm going to make a little Well, let's see here. All right, here it is in real time. All right, maybe I will give him a little scared face. Oh no, I'm scared. Oh, don't eat me. All right, let's put him back. All right. All right, now I'm going to start again. Now I'm going to take it off the timer because this part might be a little bit harder. This might be a little more complicated. So I'm going to take it off the timer now. All right, I'm going to put it back down to off, and I'm going to hit done. All right, so now I have to take the actual pictures. The reason I'm doing this is because this part might be a little more complicated. It might be a little harder. And so it might not take only 3 or 5 seconds. Each frame might take a little bit faster. All right, so take my picture. Maybe he's trying to run away. The fish is coming to get him. Oh no. All right. Oh no, he's eating him. Oh, help me. All right, now he's gone. And maybe my fish is gonna be happy now. Let's see if I can make him smile. All right, so now he may be smiling a little bit. Let's take another picture. All right, and there he is. He's gonna swim away. All right. Goodbye, fish. You can go that way. And we're done. All right, so now let's see what we have. See what we have here. So I'm going to press the play button, and let's see. Here we go. Oh. All right, so it's a little bit jittery. I see my hand was in at least one of those frames. So I'm going to pause it. Let's go back. Let's see where that hand was. There it is. There's my hand. Let's get rid of that. Goodbye, hands. All right. Now let's go back to the beginning, and let's see how it goes. Here we go. All right, that's it. That's what we got. And it's going to just repeat over and over again. Okay, so that's basically what you need to know for stop motion for the basics. Now, of course, there's so much more you can do with it. It can get very advanced. I'll just name a couple things. One here is that you can use your voice. That's what that microphone is. You can create sounds or use your voice in order to enhance your piece if you want to. Now, there are also a lot of different tools that are on the paid version. So everything I've shown so far is free on Stop Motion Studio. If you have the paid version, then there's a lot of other things you can do. So if we go to, for example, if we touch the frame, any frame, you'll notice that you have some options to edit. And you can add a face, you can add text, you can draw right on the screen, you can do a lot of different things, but I'm gonna hold off. It's good for you to know it's there, but we're not gonna talk about that yet with this tutorial because I just want to explain only the basics. So just so you know, there are other things you can do with it. Also, you can add audio, so you can add a lot of different sound effects. You know, you can add a song from your library. There's a lot of different things you can do. Some of these, as I said, are only available on the paid version. Tools that we just went over, that's a great way to start practicing. That's really all you need to know to start practicing. So I encourage everyone to create a little piece, see how it goes. And once you're ready, you can move on to some more advanced techniques. So the last thing that you'll want to know is how to save your movie. In the bottom left corner here, there's a little arrow. I'm going to press it, and I am back to my gallery, and you'll notice that your movie is right there, your last one. I'm going to hit select in the top right corner, and you can select any of the movies that you've made. So I'm going to select that one that I just made. Now there's a little check mark on it. And it might look a little different whether you're working on Android or iPhone or iPad, etc. But the main thing is that there's always an option to save it. All right, so you can, mainly you're going to want to do the export movie. That's the first option there. Okay, so if you press that, you will be able to save it on your device as a video. You could also send it on on your email or post it to Instagram or whatever it is that you want to do with it, you can. The other option I'll mention is that it says animated GIF, which simply means that you would make a 3-second version of your animation that simply repeats over and over and over again. Okay? Now there are some other options, but I think for now we'll leave it there. Those are the two main options that you need to know for how to save your movie. All right, everyone, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.